curiosity aroused?
Well, you know, Charlie Platt, this is a time that I bought and paid for out of my own pocket. I really feel bad about what happened. As everyone knows, I'm an animal lover, and I'm sure all these fans are. And that's the reason that I've took this time. We're going to have a funeral to, well, I'm kind of lost for words for the Continental cat. And Charlie, at this moment, I'm going to go, me and my friends are going to bring the cat in.
Well, let's take this break about wrestling in your local area, and we'll be back. Now from a hearse that has backed up to the back door of the Montgomery Civic Center. I can't believe this. I am totally, oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. They actually have a coffin. As they bring it into the Montgomery Civic Center, there you see the Alaskan Hunters, Jamie, Bill Superstar Dundee, RPM, Mike Davis. I've seen,
you know, Charlie, it's, thank you, gentlemen. I really appreciate this. It's, I've got a few pictures here that I know that the cat would want to be buried with him. And I'd like to give each one of these guys maybe a picture to put in. Hunters, would you mind raising it and putting the picture in the box?
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to pay our final respects to a near and dear friend, the Continental cat. He comes from a long line of cats. There was Sylvester the cat, there was Morris the cat, and of course, the reason we're here today, the Continental cat. The Continental cat was a cool cat, a smooth cat, but most of all, he was an abused cat. You know, I remember when the Continental cat was introduced, he came around, jumping around Charlie Platt. And I also remember in Knoxville, Tennessee, when I didn't have an opponent, so a Cherokee hockey player brought out the dog to challenge me. And of course, after giving the dog a wrestling lesson, the Continental cat came out and led the dog to the dressing room. You know, I also recall when the Continental cat was walking around the ring during my and other wrestlers' matches. Well, let me just say that the Continental cat will never, ever do any of these things again. We owe it to one man, the man responsible for putting this all together today, the Dirty White Boy. Dirty White Boy, Dirty White Girl, we are here today, your fellow wrestlers and all your loyal fans, to comfort you in your time of grief. At this time, let's take out a moment of silence with the traditional ringing of the bell in memory of our near and dear friend, the Continental cat.
Wait a minute, somebody is, they're driving away with the hearse. Somebody is driving away with the hearse in the back of the building. And Dr. Pritchard, Tony Anthony, the Hunters, they're all out. They are going out the back of the building, and they are looking. Alan Martin says the Rich cousins just drove off with the hearse. They just drove off with the hearse here at the Montgomery Civic Center, and it broke up the little charade that was being carried on by Tony Anthony. I don't think the Rich cousins have driven off from the back of the building with the hearse that Tony Anthony paid to bring that casket in the building. The Rich cousins have left the arena with the hearse. And that kind of put a damper on the ceremony that Mr. Anthony had.
It's a $20,000 hearse they just stole, Charlie Platt.
You had it borrowed, I'm assuming. Are you responsible for it?
Yes, I'm responsible, but that don't matter. Charlie, come here. White girl, I've got a picture right here. That was the Continental Cat's favorite photograph, and I know that he would want this picture to go with him. Hey, white girl, go ahead and put it in there for him, because I know he'd want it.
And, something she found amiss with the Continental Cat. I don't know if... All right, the cat comes... And the cat slaps Tony Anthony. And they all clear the ring again. What?
Hey, nobody's in there. What are you trying to do? What are you doing? That's it.
Well, Tony Anthony...
That can't be Charlie Platt, because that blamed cat is dead.
What happened?
The cat. That blamed cat is dead. Hey, I don't care. Let me tell you something. Whoever you was,
Our
you're
time
an
is gone for this
imposter.
week.
Me and
Join us
Superstar
next week on the
Dundee
Continental
has got
Wrestling
some bad
Federation.
business
We're out
coming
of
up
time.
against the dog.
Calm down.